Hello, it's Maya Andreasen again, and we are back to go into video 3 of how to convert high poly to low poly, how to bake maps in Maya. And now we are going to take the high, or rather the low poly models here. We're going to duplicate them and we are going to put them in our tree. Well, the first thing that we really need to do is we actually need to make it so that these are all one map. Okay, so before I showed you how to do just one of these and it was filling up the whole UV editor, but really we want them to be clustered on one editor, so on one map. So we are going to go to UV editing, and we're going to make it so we can see everything, and we're going to select all three of these. So there's several ways that you can do this. We can go to, what is it, modify layout options box. So this is pretty cool when it works, and what it does is it lays out these UVs for you in the one-to-one space. So I made my packing resolution 2048 by 2048. I scrolled down to layout settings, and I made my texture map 2048 by 2048 as well. The padding units by default are pixels. Also by default, these are 0, shell padding and tile padding. And what that's going to do is that's going to put everything right on top of one another. So we want to either do 0.1 or 0.5, just so we have a little bit of space in between the different UVs, and so that they're not like right on the border, right on the edge of the one-to-one space. The shell distribution is tile U1 and V1, and we want it to take up the full square if possible. And then we hit apply. And voila, here we see it. Now, I feel like there's some overlapping going on here, and I don't like it. But it actually isn't overlapping. If we zoom in really close, we can see that it is not overlapping. Now, that being said, I think I would like a little bit more room here, and I don't know, I think we have the room to do it. So I'm going to double click this, and I'm going to just move it over, move it down. I mean, we have the ability to do this. And we'll just move it down just a tiny bit, and I think we can move this up just a bit, but it's spaced it fairly nicely. So if we were to make a brand new normal maps, if we were to make brand new color ID maps, we would do that and they would all be on this one sheet, which is great. Okay. All right, so we're going to leave this and we're going to save this. So there we go. And we're going to save, Control S. There we go. All right, so the next thing that we are going to do is we're going to duplicate all 4 of these low poly maps. So we're going to Control D to duplicate them. We're going to move them out. We're going to center the pivot. And then we're going to actually shape them a little bit. So I'm going to go into the modeling toolkit and turn on soft selection and go into faces. Let's make this a little bit less. And when we do that, as you can see, we can make this go up. Maybe we'll make this a little bit bigger, maybe 6. All right. All right, so I just want to curve these up, and I want them to look nice, or fairly nice. So I'm going to curve it up a bit. This shouldn't affect the UVs too much. I'm going to do the same with this one. I'm going to go into face mode though. Select a couple faces, move it up, select this here. All right. How's that looking? That looks pretty good. And we'll do the same here. So we'll just move this up a bit. And last but not least, all right. And we can always, oopsie, I'd hit Q and then W because you can really easily accidentally extrude things, which is a pain. All right, so the next thing that we're going to do, now that we have duplicated these, so they all have the same UVs as this. Um, so the next thing that we're going to do is we're just going to start placing this around our tree. So let me just move that up a bit more. So we're going to start placing it around the tree. So I would press V to snap, and then we just snap to the proper place, and we just rotate it. You know, oh, well, make sure, let's center pivot, right? Because right now it's like way above the trees. I'm going to rotate this so that it's like this. I'm going to make it a little smaller too, which we can do. We can do that. The UVs aren't going to change. All right. Okay. Here we go. And then I've got this guy. Oh, let's center pivot. And we're going to put it here. Probably want to rotate it. Remember, if you press J, you can actually rotate incrementally. You could do incremental rotate. And so I can move this forward. You can hit F if you want to zoom in and you kind of want to see what's going on a little bit more. We can also change our pivot point. So if you hit D as in dog and press V, you can change the pivot point to be at the end here. Let's do that with the rest of these. So I'm going to hit D and then D as in dog and then V as in Victor. So D as in dog and then V as in Victor. There we go. And then we can place this accordingly. And we can always hit R to make it a little bit smaller and rotate it accordingly. And then what we can do is we can continue duplicating these pieces as such and scaling them accordingly. So here's this last one here. We're going to do this. I'm going to rotate it up a bit, and maybe we'll Control D to duplicate this one. Oh, look at that. We really need to move the pivot point. So remember, D is in dog, V is in Victor. And then D is in dog again when you're done. And then we're just going to put this over here. And so on and so forth. And really, we're just going to place everything until we're happy with it, until it looks like, let me see, let's open recent files, or let's open scene rather. Until we have something that looks like this. So that's really how we do that. All right, I'm Maya Andreasen, and until next time, bye-bye.